Here we are, another day, taking a look at YouTube. YouTube is very interesting, but sometimes the stories on here just are out of the world. Just look at some of the headlines that we have on here. Global depression by 2025. Not a democracy. Why is the U.S. not a democracy? Trump's jailhouse rock. Back by October, is Alex Jones right on COVID? Most corrupt, Lyndon Baines Johnson. Unlike anything we've seen. Ooh, this is beyond your wildest imagination. Must be something great, huh? Yes, we'd be better off without religion. With Christopher Hitchens and Richard Dawkins. We all know about the great fundamentalist atheist Richard Dawkins. Mastered strategy, applying military strategy in life. You won't believe the results we've had. How to manifest anything. You can manifest anything in life. Isn't that amazing? All you have to do is watch that video. Neil deGrasse Tyson destroys a rude waiter with facts. Destroys them with facts. That's what we're supposed to do with facts. The science of coercion. Reality is a illusion, so why worry about the coercion when there is no reality? Why materialism is wrong. West shocked as Putin to end the dollar. Plans revealed in speech at BRICS. Oh my goodness, isn't that something? 3 ways to keep your mitochondria healthy. That's helpful. Why Americans can't understand China. These are just a few of these things that we can watch every day and learn about the truth. Aren't we very fortunate?
Welcome to the channel today. We're always trying to bring you some type of new news or a new understanding. Something that helps you look at things in a totally different way than before. And we hope that we're doing this well. Today we are going to be talking about the human mind and the miracle of the ability that we have as human beings to make choices. You see, one of the gifts or the niche of the human being on this earth is to be able to look at the things going on around, decide what needs to be done, visualize and imagine a way of changing things or working with things to make them better and more beneficial, and then having the power to get together with some other groups of people and to use the natural resources to make it work. All of this stems from our cognitive abilities and the ability of our imagination. Comes from being able to see clearly, to perceive, to take in what's happening outside of our bodies and inside of our bodies accurately. That's the gift of the human being. But there are those who have taken this gift, so to speak. They have stolen it, and they are using the gifts of the masses to work in order to bring them profit. And people might say, yes, we know that the top 1% or the top 10% of the people are doing this, but it's not only them. In the society in which we find ourselves, one that is based on profit, and that being the most important thing, many people do the same thing. These people are the people that Carlos Castaneda talked about when he said that there were people who were petty tyrants. These little tyrants who do not have enough power to rule over many, but when they get in a place of power, they are tyrannical. tricksters and deceivers. That, I think, is what we're finding now on social media. One of the benefits of social media was that, unlike on corporate media, people had a chance to hear what's going on without any filter, to see it and understand it, and to make their own decisions about it. The opposite, on corporate news, what would happen would be that an event would happen, the newscaster would let you know what the event was, and then would try to tell you exactly what happened or how to feel and how to think about that, so that you never really got a chance to go deeply into what happened. You just got a chance to see on the surface, and their opinion became what you thought and understood to be real, when that wasn't the case. So social media comes along where people can put their ideas and their thoughts and their feelings out in the open, but then something else happens. The petty tyrants. Let me give you an example of this. While looking through many of the Facebook feeds, especially lately, I have found many of the titles being about certain things. You might find a title being about Cornel West having an argument with some person, and then if you hit the button, if you look at the video, you see that Cornel West is not even on there. The commentator, the person who made the video, is talking and giving you all of his or her opinions and just flashing a picture of Cornel West every once in a while, you see. Because what they want to do is use Cornel West in order to get a lot of hits on their video. They know that he's popular, and they know that people are going to click to see what he's saying. And once we click, we find that he's not even on the video. This happens more and more nowadays. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, just go and look at YouTube and see if that's not true. This is new. It hasn't happened before. But since those who are more interested in clicks than conveying the truth have gotten onto the channels, it's happening more and more. Worse than that, there are even deceivers on the channels now, pushing their own agendas. One example of this is a group of people who are against alternative explanations of the occurrences happening today. They're against theories, scientific or not, that do not go along with the narrative. One of them actually would speak about these great mysterious occurrences and things happening that hadn't been explored before, things that people have been talking about before. And you would go to the video and you'd watch the whole video, and instead of explaining about these things and focusing on them, they would be debunking the things. So they'd get you to go to listen about this great mysterious thing so you could get some more information, and instead of getting more information, you got some person who was putting it down and debunking it and not giving you any information at all, just trying to turn you against it. And now especially you can find some that do that with space exploration all the time. They always try to pretend as though during space exploration some of the pilots or some of the space probes or things like that ran into these strange extraterrestrials or extraterrestrial occurrences and things like that, and they'll have pictures on the front that show all kinds of strange things on the moon and strange spaceships and things out in space circling far off suns. And then when you get onto the channel, it says nothing about it. It's some narrator telling you the history of the object or the history of the person who was flying the plane who saw the object, or the history of the astronaut. It says nothing about these strange occurrences. They lie just to get you to hit their little tab so that you will add probably to their income. I think it's more sinister than that, though, you see. I think they put those tags up there and they say that so that once you hit it enough times and you see that it's full of crap, it's bullshit, you'll stop hitting the tabs. So the people who are sincere and who are doing all kinds of research and studying all this phenomena that is not reported on the news most of the time will not get clicks, because by the time you get to real explorers, you'll be sick of it and you'll say, well, that's not going to be anything anyway. I'm not going to hit that tab. So what they are basically doing is shaping each of our minds and annoying us to the point that when the real thing comes up, we will be so annoyed and beat down and angry about the false ones that we won't choose any. We'll think they're all false. So we'll just stop listening. We'll stop thinking out of the box. We'll stop questioning the lies, or what we call today's understanding of the world as created from a philosophy that started in the late 1800s. We'll stop questioning that because we won't have a chance to learn more about it. So this, whether on purpose or by mistake, is a devious way of stopping us from getting the information that we're looking for, by making us actually choose not to hit the button anymore. It is a form of what they call negative reinforcement. Something does a behavior and you cause it pain and discomfort every time they do that behavior, and after a while the subconscious and the body makes one not do that behavior anymore, and one might not even know that they're being shaped that way. And that is the way they are doing it here and now on various programs, various videos on YouTube. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose or not. Some of them I think they are, because the quality of the videos are miraculous and beautiful, and they're edited, and they're just done by people with a lot of money. Either way, the effect is to take away our power to explore, to seek, to be curious, so that we'll stay in our little tracks, stay in our little tunnels, and believe everything that we hear from the establishment. The establishment whose goal is to keep us in that little box, working, slaving, striving for self-esteem that is given to us from the people at the top, and to keep us living quiet lives of desperation, so we are no longer looking out of the box to find the origins of ourselves, the universe, and to explore our greatness. You see, as long as we are in the box, they can control us. It's time for all of us to get out of the box. So the next time you go there and you see some video with something crazy on there, I would suggest you hit the button, open it up, and you move it forward. Drag it forward as fast as you can to see if the real content is there or not. And if that real content is not there, just give it a thumbs down and move to the next one. As long as people keep looking through them and don't do anything about it, nothing will happen. But when you give it a thumbs down, that'll begin to make a difference. Nobody has time to waste their time clicking on something that is a false advertisement just so that person can get a few pennies, less than a few pennies. So in a sense, it's time for us to not be behavior modified, take our power back, and to explore the things that we want to explore, no matter how crazy they may seem, more deeply by looking at videos made by people who have gone before us exploring these things for most of their lives. It's a shame that such things have to happen in this world, but it is always to be expected when profit becomes more important than anything else. Thanks for being with us for this video. Hit the bell, subscribe, and hit the like sign. And if you want to help us, share it with other people who want to be able to seek the truth in love, to attain and maintain the power within, and to increase the power with others to make this world a better place. Namaste, folks.